Hi everyone. I want to share with you a difficult story to tell. For most of my life, I have been overweight, bordering on obese. A lot of medical issues and concerns have accompanied that as well, some treated with medications, some not. In the past few months, I have tried with some success to follow a keto diet, and I've lost about 25 to 30 pounds in 4 months. And you would think that my confidence is sky high and that working out and healthy living are gaining momentum every day, and that my physical and mental health are examples for others. Honestly, none of that is true. I still avoid public places for the most part. I struggle to be part of a group conversation. My jobs over the years have caused much physical pain and mental stress. And the embarrassment I have carried in my life for years and decades has caused me to think and believe 100% that my life is not that great. My go-to coping mechanism is food, and has been as far back as I can remember. And that does not align well with a keto diet, which is why the pounds that I have lost were really a roller coaster ride, a ride with none of the exciting thrills and all of the headache and misery and fear that I could handle. Or perhaps I should say I couldn't handle. That would be more accurate. Yes, I am happily married with 3 wonderful children. If you don't have that and desire it, you would think I should be happy. I don't have money, and I desire it. So in my mind, those with money should be happy. But I'm only really scratching the surface here. I also carry a tremendous amount of shame, not just in the way I look or lack of prosperous jobs that everyone else has or seems to have around me, but shame in who I am and what I have done. The great thing about our brains is our capacity for remembering and recalling knowledge. And that is also the unfortunate thing as well. My memory of choices I have made and continue to make are embarrassing, shameful, and hardly those someone should have who has a degree from a respected seminary. This would be an appropriate time for you to interject and say, yeah, Dano, sounds like you need to add hypocrite to your list of labels. Yeah, you would be right. I have only shared with you a few videos on God and the Bible and why we should follow that despite a life that, well, if you'll forgive the term, a life that sucks. The younger generation might use the phrase, I hate my life. Same idea. By saying this, one does not mean that the entirety of their existence is 100% misery. Merely it means that expectations have failed to occur. So why would I come to you with these videos? You would be right to think that since my life is not fantastic, and in fact, my life is layered with significant examples of reasons not to listen to me. So why should you listen to me? What makes me think that I have the right to come to you with a sort of do as I say, not as I do mentality? If you're saying, if you, Dano, are an example of Christianity, then sorry, no thanks. I get it. I get it. Let me try and step back from all of this for a moment, because I do not pretend to be a great or even a good example of Christianity. What I am is an example of humanity. I am messy. I'm dirty. I'm unfit for service. I'm easily swayed by those misleading me. I am lost in a big world. I'm unsure about who I am or what I should be doing, trying to live with my family and keep that together while my own life feels like a broken eggshell. I feel like everyone can see right through me. My weight, my insecurities, my concerns, my shame, my guilt. I feel like everyone knows about it, but doesn't let me know that they know. Perhaps I should add paranoia to my list. Why would anyone who isn't a Christian want to become one? And why should anyone listen to me, Dano, a man who seems to have more problematic layers than a rotten onion? You've listened this long, so please don't drop off now. People become Christians because they see hope. That is why I share Christ with you. Because the hope that I have is the hope that I want you to have. Circumstances in life are a huge barrier, a great big wall dividing us from hope. And from our own individual perspective, standing in the mud, looking up at that wall, it does seem hopeless. And sometimes, quite often, God needs us to be there, right there, rather than a mile or two away from the wall, because the perspective is different. The wall doesn't seem so much a problem when it is far away, but when life brings you right up against it, and everything you have tried, every battle, every attempt, every ounce of energy that you have put into trying to make your life better still results with you being there. That's a blessing. Yeah. It's a blessing. God calls to each of us differently. I just happen to be more of an expert relating to those of you with a more negative history than positive. That's just my experience. God does not wait for life to be neat and tidy like afternoon tea with the Queen. And as I have experienced, He doesn't wait for tidiness when it comes to sharing Christ with others. Yeah, I would much prefer to sit down with you over cucumber sandwiches and Earl Grey tea after a hot shower and dressing in a tailor-made suit. We could discuss Christ and the hope He brings into the world in that setting. But that's not my world. I still love God and I still believe in the hope of Jesus. I would just prefer it to be more bells and whistles rather than blood, sweat, and tears. My hope is that I know where I am going. I know my future. I know my ultimate end. And that is the same hope I want to share with you. I want you to be at peace with God. I want you to know that a final destiny of heaven is waiting for you. Christianity does not guarantee a life of comfort, but rather one of hope and peace. I pray that you will come to the place, that you will come to the place when you realize that there is no other answer. The place where you say, I have nowhere else to turn. Where else can I go but to Jesus, because He truly is the hope of eternal rest and peace and hope. I'll see you next time.